Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. So, whole purpose for today is to have a look at some of the Cim200 manufacturing wishes that you might find in Cim200. But first of all, you are welcome to ask any questions, and I will return to them at the end of the presentation. So you can use the chat or Q&A section on this webinar. Shouldn't take too long. We'll be having a look at a few of the features and we'll take it from there. But my name is Juuso for those who don't know me, and I'm the product manager for Cim200 Manufacturing Solution here at Cim. So I'm assuming that you know what Cim200 is, so I will not go too much into the product itself, but I hope this presentation highlights how we have listened to our customers in the past and included a number of enhancements that have been requested from Cim200 and manufacturing in particular. So Cim200 was originally designed to replace and build on Cim200 manufacturing, providing a similar experience and enhanced features with along the brand new features and a roadmap to build on. So during this presentation, I will go through which Cim200 wishes, or ideas as they call them, but I refer them to as wishes, have been included in Cim200, and I will review some of the most wanted ones as well. So next few slides will list the wishes that we have actually included into Cim200 already. I'm not going into much detail on most of them, but I will demonstrate a few along the way. But of course, I'm happy to discuss later on about any of the other features. So if you have a look at the list, I'm sure you will find some that you recognize. So when we initially designed and how we have developed Cim200, we didn't actually look at the Sage wishes at all or Ideas Hub, but we've been listening to feedback from our customers and partners, resulting our wish list of our own. And we have fulfilled most of the actual requests in Cim200 manufacturing Ideas Hub wishes. And we have plenty of additions to commercials modules too. So you may want to take a look at our website where you find a blog that will give you a cross-reference against the Sage wish with a little bit more information on each. And you can find which number it relates to, number of which the different wishes it relates to, and some further information as well. But as you can see, there are quite a few features and enhancements that we have built into Cim200. So I'm not going through each and every single one of them, but you can see I'll go and visit those at your own leisure. And we are not stopping there. So Cim200 Manufacturing has a roadmap that we publish and keep updating. And there are a few things that we have on our roadmap that will bring some further Sage wanted for features into Cim200 Manufacturing. But we have a look at the few requested features and enhancements that are already included in Cim200, just to give you a flavor how we go about these things. So the top vote is a multiple line stock transfer. So ability to transfer multiple items from location to location in a single transaction is top of the list with 31 votes, and across 4 different wishes, which you can see on the bottom of the screen. So if we have a look how they look in Cim200, so if I take the product out from here and show you how they look like. So we call them rapid entry stock movements. where you can transfer stock, add or write off stock in multi-line entry. But now we are focusing on the stock transfer, as that's where it relates to. So over on top here, I can put a references, dates, and where from and where to, and these are just driving the defaults for the lines that we enter. So if I say I have a reference and not very creative with my writing, but that's something there. So now what we can do, isn't it frustrating in standard Sage that you have to go and do line by line? So the references here now have been populated because I have set the defaults here. It's not telling me where to move them from, so I can say, okay, I have 3 available in showroom. I transfer one of them into warehouse, so showroom to warehouse, natural move. And I can take a blender, for instance, where I can say, oh, I'm moving it from showroom, but I just wanted to make a bin transfer, and I can select another bin within the same warehouse. So that's just basically moving stuff internally inside the warehouse. So all of these warehouses could be set up as a default on the top here, or you can manually enter. But if you wanted to, you can go and amend those references and amend those warehouses if you want to. It's just defaults up there. So like I mentioned, you can do this for stock transfers. You can write off stock, and you can also add stock and do internal issues in a similar manner. So we're taking it to a little bit further than the Sage idea in itself. But if I close this off now, and you can, if you confirm, you can have relevant paperwork for the transfer printed out as well. So if I move along a little and go and have a look at the next one. So scheduling and automating MPS and MRP was, from our customer base, one of the top items as well. So it was a little frustrating that you had to manually run the MPS during the day, but you could actually set the MRP to run automatically overnight. So in Cim200, what we have given is a ability to schedule the MRP refresh from the application in itself, and you can make them to run back to back. So we have renamed the MPS to demand schedule, does the same thing pretty much, and you can then schedule the demand schedule to run an MRP run. Let's say you want to run it on a Tuesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock in the morning. You want to only have a look at the sales and sales forecast as a demand, for instance, and do you want to have any replenishments? Yes, I want to consider my purchase orders and works orders and such like to be refreshed. So, but I can do that scheduling directly from the client in itself. Okay, there are numerous other enhancements in MRP in terms of the efficiencies and results and all the multiples, but we are not looking into those at this stage. Okay, so I'll go into the next one is something simple as allowing issuing and reverse issuing after completion. So in some manufacturing operations, you may not know how much material has been used due to a number of factors. So in Cim200 Manufacturing, issuing components or reverse issuing was not possible if the works order was completed. So if I look up, I'll go back into this time into the works orders, and what we have done here, you can see I have two completed works orders here. I have one that's overissued, so we are allowing overissuing, and I can go and reverse issue stock from there now if I wanted to. So I can see, okay, I have 18 required, I have 49 issued at the moment. What I can do is to go and reverse, okay, I brought 5 of that back into stock, and now the quantities have changed directly from here. So reverse issuing completed works order. I have to bear in mind that my system is configured for ultimate flexibility. So you will see I can overissue stock and I'm allowed to complete at any time. So for instance, this one here, if I now go and issue stock, I notice I have 20 required, 5 issued. I have none allocated. So I can bypass the allocation step if you didn't know how much went into it, for instance, and then I can go and issue some more stock to that piecemeal as the picking lists are starting to flow back in from the shop floor. So I can go through here, and I have now issued yet more stock, and we can see that from here now it's issue 10. So a lot of these functionalities can be switched on and off, but it can also be configured to for the ultimate flexibility, really. So issuing components, reversing, and um, reverse issuing any completed works orders is there. There are numerous other enhancements on the works order processing side of things as well that you might be interested in, but this is to compare the wishes again. So quotation revisions feature is quite a nice feature. So that will allow you to have number of iterations of a single quote to be available. So if we look at the quotations in itself, so if I go into the sales order list, and if we look at the quotations where you can customize an item for those one-off orders or one-off changes. And so what we do is take a snapshot of the existing revision and up version when we're making some changes. So let's say customer decides, okay, I have my kitchen, I'll go and edit that. I can go and say, okay, they want under that kitchen, they actually want to have a espresso maker to be added to that quotation. I can then save that configuration. I can then update the unit price based on the markup percentages that's been set up. And I can save that configuration now. And when I go and save, it will ask me to save the quotation as a new revision, which I can say, yes, we can do that. Okay, I'll save that. And now you can see I have my fourth iteration of the same quote come through. And what we can do from here, if you go and have a look at it, we can go and have a look at the costing analysis for that particular item. We can also see a revision history. So I had my 1, 2, and 3, and there's a fourth one with their cost figures. And I can also go and view the old revision. If the customer decides that this is the revision that they would like to go and order, you can activate any previous iterations of a quote, and then you can process them as per normal. You can also configure a free text item, so you can create a free text line with a bill of material associated with that, and that will then feed into, of course, the costings. But if that order never comes through, you don't actually need to create a bill of material or stock item record for it. But if quote will be converted, you can go and change and convert those items into stock items and bills of material records. Okay. Last one I want to mention is project accounting integration. So there isn't much to show on project accounting integration, but in Sage 200, you could link works orders to the project, but committed costs were posted when the works order was raised. And if there were any changes to the works order, the committed costs didn't update. So in Cim200 and the integration to Sage project accounting, updates to the committed cost are posted if there are any changes to the works order. So you might have different components, different operations that need to be added or removed, which then affects the estimated cost of that works order. So we've taken a snapshot of a original costing. We take the last estimated costing that will be used as a costing for the updating committed cost in project accounting, and as the actuals flow through, they reflect in the projects as well as the same way as they do with Sage 200 Manufacturing. Okay. So this has been a very quick run through of some of the features, what we have included, and hopefully that demonstrates how we are going and how we are presenting the changes and such like. And if you have any questions, I welcome them now. Or if you want to talk about any of the other features, please get in touch.